this match is the Pearl River powerhouse, Ahmed Johnson. 305 pounds. Folks, he is all business, and he took care of business, Gorilla, against Aldo Montoya in the first round.
Boy, did he ever. Cardinal mistake made by Aldo Montoya, prematurely putting his head down. You know what that means? That means it's the end of the line. Pearl River, say hello to Aldo.
Aldo took a dip in the Pearl River. It wasn't a very pleasant plunge for Aldo. And Ahmed Johnson, a man who has been very touched at being here in Kuwait, a great fan of the people of Kuwait, because I think Ahmed truly respects and appreciates how the fans have banded together to rebuild their city after all the tragedies that occurred during the Desert Storm occupation.
Boy, they had a lot of work to do, and are still doing it, and hats off to them for the tremendous effort put forth by these people. And Ahmed, did you see that agility, just jumping? I used to do that. Once in a while, I didn't make it, though. I took a header down into the ringside area.
That must have been a sight for sore eyes.
Well.
All right, Earl Hebner is the referee.
Incidentally, I want to say that our ring announcer, Tony Schimmel, been doing a tremendous job in this tournament. Nice boy, too.
Yes, he is. All right, here we go. The crowd is ready. They're jacked up for this one.
Would you consider adopting him? He's looking, I understand.
No, I don't think so.
No, huh?
I've got enough mouths to feed.
Trying to keep your bills down to a minimum, I understand.
He already eats too much. All right, so Ahmed Johnson, the crowd favorite here in Kuwait City, has his work cut out for him against one of the most methodical, mistake-free athletes in the entire WWF.
We'll see if he doesn't make a mistake right off the get-go here by trying to match power with Ahmed. That's something you don't want to do because it's a no-win situation.
Ahmed Johnson, for a man that weighs 305 pounds, is one of the most agile big men that I've ever seen on any athletic field.
And said he loves the groceries here, Jim. As you do.
Ahmed has had a wonderful time here, as we all have. No kidding. We've been treated so wonderfully. Ahmed doesn't want to take his eyes off Stone Cold.
No, definitely not. He tried to hide behind the referee, but he's twice as big as the referee.
Austin's a great mat wrestler and certainly is a master at leverage. And that's one way to negate a strength disadvantage, is to utilize leverage and take your opponent off his feet. I think that's what we'll expect to see here from Stone Cold. Maybe try to frustrate Ahmed a little bit, Gorilla, but then let's take him down. Let's take him off his feet.
That's the key. You know, if Austin doesn't take Ahmed down to the canvas and alleviate some of his tremendous power and strength, it's going to be a very long evening for Mr. Austin.
As it would be for any superstar in the WWF that tried to utilize that game plan.
No question.
Collar and elbow tie up here as Ahmed Johnson, the stronger of the two, forcing Stone Cold back into the corner.
But Austin got a lot of things in his arsenal, Jim Ross. You know, he just doesn't come to the table with one thing. He's got a whole bunch of stuff in his repertoire that he can bring forward and does everything very well.
Hear the crowd chanting, Ahmed, Ahmed. Austin is the more experienced of the two athletes.
And there's no substitute for experience.
Much more polished, but Ahmed, as we've discussed, is so awesomely strong and powerful that makes up for a lot of his other deficiencies as far as technical skills are concerned. And right here is a classic example of keeping it basic, Gorilla, utilizing that headlock.
Well, if you could make someone submit, if an individual could force someone to submit with a side headlock, Ahmed would be somebody who could do that.
In the early days in the United States in the 1920s,
Ed Strangler Lewis.
Ed Strangler Lewis was a master of the side headlock.
Made guys quit with it.
That was his primary maneuver, that one maneuver, the side headlock. And many wrestlers these very days utilize that maneuver that was originally created in the 20s as a maneuver today. So it's a very time-tested maneuver as Austin starts the mind games here a little bit, folks. Austin on the outside certainly wants to slow Ahmed down and do whatever he can, Gorilla, to make sure that Ahmed doesn't start building momentum.
Fans, will take you back to the ring in just a few moments to see more of this great match involving Ahmed Johnson and Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know, it really is a treat to see these two superstars doing battle like this. I mean, these guys are just tremendous competitors. Stone Cold Steve Austin, ice water in his veins and very, very determined. And you know what? It really is special getting to see Ahmed Johnson in the ring where he should be. And we all want to wish Ahmed Johnson the very best. So let's take you back for this tremendous matchup, Ahmed Johnson, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, look at this. Austin is offering a flower to Ahmed.
Oh, please.
Is he going to think Ahmed is the flower of the desert?
I question why Ahmed is wearing that earring. You know, if I were Austin, I'd be going after that right now.
Probably a good idea. Probably a very good idea.
Could exact a lot of excruciating pain.
Now Austin with a side headlock on Ahmed Johnson.
Like that earring has to be bothering him right now.
Ahmed trying to power out of this thing, turn into an overhand wrist lock. One thing's for sure, Austin's not going to pull Ahmed's hair, or vice versa.
Definitely not.
And Ahmed turned it right back around to an advantage into the side headlock for himself. So Ahmed Johnson keeping everything very basic here. Remember, folks, what we've discussed here, Austin is the more experienced of the two. Austin would like for Ahmed to make a mistake so Austin can counter. Ahmed's got to be aware of that, and he simply is. Hard shoulder block. No mistakes there.
Boy, did he drive him, drove him right into the middle of next week. And don't forget, in order to advance in the tournament, you must win.
Absolutely. That's how Owen Hart got here, by winning a countout over Yokozuna.
Look out. Well, that's what he's got to do. He's doing exactly what he has to do.
Austin is taking a shortcut here, bending the rules and Ahmed's leg around the ring post. So now if Ahmed can be injured and that leg can be damaged, where Ahmed can't stay vertical without pain, Austin's going to have a real distinct advantage in this match.
You know, when you ran, oh boy, face first right into the steel post, but when you ram that knee into that steel post, doesn't take much to upset those lateral collateral ligaments and make it kind of tough for you to stand on your pins anymore. And that's exactly what Austin wants to do. Keep this guy down on the canvas.
Austin risking a disqualification there. Referee Earl Hebner letting these athletes give them a little bit of latitude, which I think is good in this situation. We want to see a winner. One way or the other, we want to see who is the better man in this situation. And Ahmed now being challenged by the crafty Stone Cold Steve Austin, who has exacted his game plan just at the right time and is now in control.
Well, kind of surprised me a little bit, Jim. I thought maybe he'd continue to work on that left leg of Ahmed's, but he didn't. He went somewhere else. Maybe he's going to go back to work on it now.
Austin tossing Ahmed back in the ring. The match resumes here. One fall with a 30-minute time limit.
Right back on it again. He must have heard me. I have to keep quiet.
Austin driving his shoulder into the left leg of Ahmed Johnson. And now Austin with a distinct advantage. Austin sizing up Ahmed's leg again and dropping over 250 pounds right across that knee, driving the elbow into the kneecap. And now grapevines the leg, and Ahmed Johnson with that strength advantage, as we discussed earlier, no vertical base, no strength advantage.
Absolutely not, none whatsoever. Unless he can reach up here and grab a reverse chin lock, might alleviate some of that pressure on the knee, but you know, it doesn't take much to get that patella, your kneecap, which is a floating bone, to dislocate, and the pain involved there is just unbelievable. Of course, you never being in the ring wouldn't know that, Jim.
Well, I had that happen to me playing football.
You did?
Yes, I did. It is a pleasure. But oh my! Well, Stone Cold.
You do have some kind of former athletic ability.
And the key word there is former.
Oh. Well, Ahmed is in trouble right now. Look at Austin. Look at him take advantage of the position in the ring, using the ropes for additional leverage.
You know, this is the first, if you've not joined us before, ladies and gentlemen, on these broadcasts, this is the first sports or entertainment event that has been in the city or the country of Kuwait since the Persian Gulf situation.
Boy, these folks were ready for it, too.
And now again, Austin pulling Ahmed outside. Oh, my!
Oh, wow!
Austin not paying attention. Ahmed withdrew his legs, and Austin went face first into the ring post, and now Austin is in a lot of trouble. Ahmed Johnson needs to capitalize right here and now.
Austin was being admonished by the referee, and now it's turnaround time right now.
Austin's timing is off after striking his head on the ring post. Stone Cold is in a dazed state, and Ahmed Johnson, the 305-pound powerhouse, is fighting back until Austin poked him right in the face.
Still not able to put a lot of weight on that left knee.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
Spinebuster.
Hooks the leg. He got it.
That one big power move. Ahmed Johnson, we said he was a powerhouse. As we take another look here, Gorilla.
Well, he sent it for the rider, tried to. Nice reversal by Ahmed, and then catches him in midair, and with that awesome power, hooks the leg. The leverage is there. Beautiful victory for Ahmed.
Ahmed Johnson possessing that knockout punch at 305 pounds. Ahmed Johnson now is qualified to compete in the semifinals of the first ever Kuwaiti International Tournament